Welcome to MGTOW Theatre. With your host, Ayam Sirias. Today's topic, a reading, titled Some Origins of Sadomasochism, by Jesse Nagy.
Some Origins of Sadomasochism, redacted and concise edition by Jesse Nagy. For the full edition, please see sheddingoftheego.com. Warning: I do not 100% affiliate myself with all references derived. The purpose of using multiple references of many kinds is to connect integral axioms. Simone de Beauvoir, Sartre, existentialists, Camus, nihilists, etc., who were also the prototypes to punk rockers and other fashions and trends. They liked to believe that they had a much better understanding of existence, but they actually have no, or close to no, serious studies of the chemical, neurological, hormonal, clinical, or biological understandings. Another aspect of the MTV and the dominant pop culture has the pervasive insistence of how to be a bad boy, telling boys. They bring the balance of masculinity back into the natural order. No, they don't know what they're talking about, though. Oxytocin is a hormone secreted by the posterior pituitary that stimulates uterine contractions during delivery and stimulation of lactation. When infants suck on the nipple, the stimulus triggers release of this vital hormone. The oxytocin causes contraction of the alveoli in the mammary gland, forcing milk to the ducts, leading to the nipple. Oxytocin is an extremely critical hormone that also does other things. When we kiss, hug, etc., it increases. Oxytocin is a natural cocaine that doesn't cause damage. It's an antidote to depression. It counters anxiety and increases confidence. To be honest, I was a little bit repressive about giving this fact to the masses because knowing female hypergamy, you could get a lot of women abusing this fact even more, switching their disloyalty from one to the next for their narcissistic gains parentally, when women should really learn to be transacting mostly by that oxytocin exchange firstly. With women always complaining and never giving back, since they're so concerned of men being more passive, why don't they try to help masculinity more by being nicer? The problem is women are stuck on facades without a consideration of how that guy could have been badly burnt. They see a guy who appears shy, jaded, or whatever, and then they dismiss him because he doesn't look confident enough. The cycle of facades that women are stuck on also accounts for women being attracted to guys who already have another. For another case, it's going to be harder to get oxytocin exchanges with them when the typical stressors of society is going to knock that smirk off your face, making you less appealing to the female, and then causing you to have an absence of the confidence enhancers, digging the cycle for the male deeper. Emotions should be allowed to be used logically by males as a way of alarming. And as we all know, women basically hate your emotions that aren't just for her superficial entertainment. The so-called patriarchy is a direct derivative of the feminine checking that basically tells you to shut up. Too nice or dominant is all women understand, and with that ad hominem level of thinking by the feminine, they conveniently get a patriarchy for her. Repression and denial is what is happening. It is difficult to make empirical evidence because it is evidence itself that is altered or denied. Because of the feminine weeding that has been happening for far too long, we have accidents, circumcision being one of them, because males are not allowed to explore much beyond the reactionary. Women have always been much more obsessed with selecting for action and canceling various forms of the intellectual. Women also despise rational fear, and we've all discussed hybristophilia, the female attraction to commotion and even evil, which is lazily called sympathy, when it's really just amorality. The Pavlovian conditioned reflexes of circumcision has two effects on the male, aggressive or numb. From the Journal of Sex Research, Davison and Money of the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine reported changes included diminished penile sensitivity, With relatively little effective arousal for the male, females don't care because it's your loss, not theirs. The authentic and benign hypersexuality of masculinity has actually been regressed as those who have even been molested, even though male genital mutilations is what largely depraved male sexuality. None of this was planned, and that's exactly my point. Gynocentrism causes and enhances major accidents of society. The feminine activities of mainly taking instincts is consistent with the general difficulty of being aware and of expressing. By expressing, I don't refer to a song you heard the other night. Now, female genital mutilation is also wrong, but the societies who do that, a part of the Persian Gulf, do the same things to males. In this game of status foraging, unlike the expressive pair bonding that is critical, typed in the beginning, the female sexuality, political, dramatic, which is vastly different than the organically bodily/visual sexuality of males, which is the way it is originally before the synthetic conditions of society, you're going to have females who don't care about the fact that connections to sadomasochistic behavior and childhood injuries are connected and have been noted in psychology. Some of the poorest philosophers, for example Jordan Peterson, even continue to encourage the amorality of female nature because he doesn't want to ruin their party. There's even my favorite article right now by Ian Miles Chong entitled Google Researcher, Porn Featuring Violence Against Women is More Popular Among Women Than Men. It states that their fascination with such sexuality is not correlated to how they're treated, which means it's just intrinsic. And I repeat, it is not correlated to how they're treated. You know how to find the article. The associated psychological responses of male genital mutilation is evident. One outcast has stated, "Adrenaline shoots through me." It's not just a minor anecdote. It is a trivialized report due to the lack of curiosity and defense mechanisms.